Shine bright like a diamond.
Hello lovelies, I am back with another video. So I wanted to kind of start a beauty series focused on some of the general basics of beauty that we just don't know, but we have to kind of learn on our own. So for me, I started doing my makeup sophomore year of college. And it was really self-taught. Like, I really just watched YouTube videos and learned everything that I know today, or just how I apply my makeup. I know it from watching YouTube videos, basically. So I'm not a professional, I'm just a makeup lover, but I wanted to share some of my tips. And so today's video, I want to focus on Corrector. It's mandatory for any makeup look for mine, because I have like a darker area under my eyes and around my mouth. Under my eyes, I think it's just generally darker because a lack of sleep. I don't really know, but I really have been having those darker areas since college, and I always noticed that for some reason my makeup looked gray. Like, it was always gray underneath my eye and around my mouth, even when I applied full coverage. I'll insert a couple of photos of when I used to start doing my makeup and how the grayness looked around my mouth. When you're applying foundation, you want the base to be even. If you have a 100% even base, then the foundation is going to apply evenly, and then it'll look like one single color when you apply it. And then you add your blushes and your contours to kind of add those shadows in the dimension how you want it to. You want everything to just be the same for the most part. I noticed that mine wasn't like that, so of course I went to YouTube searching and just Google and found that Corrector is what is it. There's so many type of correctors, or multiple. The green is mostly for canceling out any redness. There's yellow, and there is, which also cancels out redness and kind of helps brighten, and also purple, which helps with brightening dullness on the skin. And then there's the orange. Peach is for light to medium, orange is for medium to dark, and dark orange / red is for dark. So depending on your shade range, you kind of go for whatever corrector. I usually go for orange because some of the peaches that they sell are almost like way just too light for me, and I go for the peach. One of my favorite ones is the MAC Peach Luster, I think is what it's called. I feel like that one blends really well, but it's also kind of pricey, so I found some more affordable options for my corrector, so I'm going to be pointing those out for y'all because I just kind of want to focus on orange because that's mainly what I use. I only use the green. Only other one I use is green mainly is when I have like a really bad pimple or just redness for whatever reason on my face. The one that I use daily, like y'all know I use this faithfully, is the Maybelline Master Camo Corrector in orange. They also sell this in the green and the purple and the other colors, but I love this one because the color of it I feel like is the lighter of the shades of orange, and it helps blend a little bit better on my skin personally. It also has a brush on here, which when you apply it, it makes it so much easier to apply. So when you're applying it, it just kind of blends out itself in a way, and you don't have to use another tool to blend it out. That's really the main reason I use it daily. So in college, I usually went for more affordable than the Maybelline, which would be the LA Girl Pro Conceal in orange. I think it used to be only like $2. I think it might be more expensive now just because more people are using it. This one's a little bit darker. So when I apply this one, I do have to use a brush to blend it out because it's darker and it's so much more heavier and creamier when you apply this one on like hardcore. So you have to use a brush to kind of blend it out, or just put a little bit and it'll go a long way. Just a little bit of this goes a long way. Another one that I found recently is the Crayon Case Highlighter. This one's a little bit different to apply. Since it's like this, you have to squeeze the body of it to get product to come out. So when you're applying this one, you need to squeeze it on your face a little bit and also use a brush to blend it out. This one's also very thick and very creamy as well. So depending on where your face you need it, you'll just apply it to those darker areas and where it's kind of dull on your face. So under my eyes, like I said, it's super dull and it looks almost gray. And so when I don't use it, I can definitely tell that it looks like a gray cast around under my eyes and around my mouth. If you have any hyperpigmentation from acne, you can put it on those areas too, and it'll help make sure those are covered with your foundation. Every pimple I get ends up in a scar, and so I use that corrector to color it as well. Right here we're applying the Maybelline Master Camo Concealer, and like I said, I just apply it on there and kind of use it to blend it out. I am gonna grab a brush to show you guys how I would blend it out. if I did need a brush with this particular concealer, I don't, but I'm gonna go ahead and just show you how I would if I was using the other two that I mentioned that are more creamier and heavier. So I'll just grab a brush and just kind of lightly tap it and kind of blend it out so that it will go more on my skin. If the color is going to be too dark, I'll use this flat one to really just press it in and blend it out more because I don't want it to be too dark or too heavy. So if you're just starting out, I would recommend getting some small flat brushes and maybe like a kind of fluffy-ish one to blend it better. Then we'll go in and we'll apply our foundation, and depending on the foundation that you have, it's going to be good to put a little bit more on there. If you do pick a shade that's too dark, it is going to be harder to conceal it with your foundation, and you'll end up having to put concealer on top of it first and then putting foundation, or just putting heavier foundation in that area. So it's important to make sure that you're picking the right color and it's not too dark. The other two products I feel like are a little bit too dark for me, so I usually have to do a little bit more work to get those covered. So remember, if you're light to medium, go for a peach. Don't go for an orange because it's going to be super hard to cover that and it'll end up making you look too orange. So you don't want to, especially if you're just kind of starting, I would just put a little bit goes a long way, and I would recommend using a small brush. And then once you're finished, you'll have a pretty even foundation look. And then you can go from there and slay all day and do whatever makeup look that you're trying to do. Those are my beauty basic tips for today, featuring orange corrector in particular. And like I said, this is just information that I personally know based off of my search, my experience with correctors. I hope that you guys found this video to be helpful. I'll be back with more beauty basics and tips to help you guys slay and look gorgeous. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon.